So this video is going to be about writing formulas, and the formulas that I'm going to go over are ionic compounds, polyatomic compounds, and molecular compounds. The first example we're going to look at is an ionic compound without polyatomic ions, and it's going to be sodium sulfur. And so it would be helpful if you had a periodic table to look at, so I put one up there. And so sodium, first you have to do is you have to put the symbol that's the positive ion. So sodium is the positive one, so it's going to be Na, and then you have to find what its oxidation number is, and its oxidation number is 1+. And then sulfur, it's the negative ion, and you put that second, and sulfur is S2-. And so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to crisscross, and I'll show it in different colors so it'll be easier to see. And all you do is you do this, and you do Na2, S. You can write 1, but there's really no point in writing 1 because it's obvious that there already is a 1 there. So that would be your answer. So the next example is going to be a polyatomic ion. And so for the first one, I'm actually going to show you two because this was the hardest for me. And so I inserted a chart with the common ion chart. On the left is the positive ions, and on the right is the negative. And so what I said on the first example for the ionic compounds is you have to put the positive symbol first. And so I just picked one from this chart, and the first one I picked was one called cadmium. And so that would be Cd2+. And then the second one I picked was nitride, and that was on the right side, which is the negative, and that would be N3-. And so the next step you do would be crisscross. And so I'm going to crisscross, and it would be Cd3N2. And that is the answer for that problem.
The second example I'm going to give you for a polyatomic ion is mercury 1 and sulfide. If you look on the left side of the ion chart, the positive side, you have mercury 1, and it is Hg2, and its oxidation number is 2+. And then for sulfide, it is just S, and then its oxidation number, because it's negative, it comes last, is 2-. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to crisscross. So crisscross, and what you do is you do Hg, and first of all, if the two numbers add up to 0, like this, 2+ and 2-, they add up to 0, so you really don't need to write 1, like Hg1 and S1, because there's no point in that. So you write Hg2, S, and that is your answer. Okay, so for the last section that we're going to work on in this video, we're going to work on molecular compounds. And that would be like, that would be a compound with a prefix before it. And so the one that I'm going to do today is going to be pentaboron octoxide. So that's, if you look on this little number prefix chart I have for you, it is, I'll enlarge it. It's penta, that's the first one. So penta is 5, and then oct is 8. So that is how you will know what the numbers are, but you should memorize those because they're it's just 1 through 10, so it's not that hard. So it's pentaboron. So if you write boron, that's B. And then penta, it's 5, so you just write a 5 for its oxidation number. And then oxide is O. And then oct, like we said on the chart, is 8. And that is your final answer. And if you wanted to write out the actual word, it would be pentaboron oxide. Thank you for watching my video.